The Jews and Judaism. Cyrus the Great conquered Babylon and both absorbed many Babylonian features and greatly influenced the people there. Among the population in Babylon was practically the whole nation of Israel, which had been taken into the so-called Babylonian captivity by the Babylonian king after he destroyed their temple in 686 BCE. Cyrus liberated the Jews and even repatriated them back to their homeland. He financed the rebuilding of their temple and had his scholars aid the Jews in reworking their religious documents. A number of Jews formed a pro-Persian faction. Some wanted to convert to the good religion, and no doubt some did. But this was not the purpose or intent of Cyrus, who followed the teachings of the prophet regarding the non-use of coercion in matters of conscience. From the time of Cyrus the Great, Jews began to immigrate to Persia itself. They could have returned to Israel, but they chose to follow Cyrus in Persia. Certain books of the Old Testament refer to the life of the Jews in Persia: Isaiah, Daniel, Ezra, Nehemiah, Chronicles, and Esther. Judaism was greatly transformed by Persian influence. This was the origin of the split between the Sadducees and the Pharisees. Ideas of heaven and hell, angels, resurrection of the dead, the coming of a Savior, and most importantly, the idea of the universality of God, all came into Judaism from Zoroastrian philosophy. It must be said, however, that the synthesis of Judaic and Zoroastrian beliefs was not very thorough, or in any way systematic one in Judaism. For example, although the imagery of the myth of the Garden of Eden in the book of Genesis is taken from Zoroastrian lore, Paradise Garden, original man and woman, serpent, etc., the overall meaning of the story in Judaism and Zoroastrianism is different. The good religion does not have a doctrine of the fall of man from the grace of God. Mazda wants mankind to become enlightened and become godlike in nature. That is, he wants each individual to be united with all parts of his soul, to be whole and immortal. The wise Lord is not jealous, fearful, or wrathful. He is eternally loving, courageous, and serene. He is the true God, not a demon. The whole tradition of angels in Judaism is taken from Zoroastrian doctrine. The depth of this reality is brought home by the fact that the three archangels of Judaism, Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael, are arranged in the Indo-Iranian system of tripartition. Michael, like God; Gabriel, strong as God; Raphael, healing as God. Until the time of the Safavid dynasty, beginning in 1502, Iran and the Jews had a happy relationship. It was only in this early modern time that the Shiite hatred for Jews became increasingly manifest. The government of the most recent Shah of Iran generally renewed the traditional fellowship with Israel, along with many other ancient ideas, all of which was fuel for hatred of the mullahs toward him. There was a significant minority of Jews in Iran up to the events of 1979. Many Iranian Jews have since migrated to the United States.